Hi guys, I'm Gabrielle Robinson.
And I'm Vanessa Liu, and we are your co-hosts for the Life Unfiltered podcast.
Today we have another student guest from Tri-Athens High School. We're going to be interviewing Charlie Syak. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really excited, and I've honestly been looking forward to this. So
Okay, we're excited too. So today's episode is going to be about how Charlie has become an entrepreneur, and how the Troy School District has facilitated so many opportunities for him to grow as an individual, a student, and a young entrepreneur. So let's hear more about you, your background, what school you go to, your grade.
So I'm a senior at Athens, and I'm attending Michigan State University for business. I got accepted into the Broad Business College.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm excited. I got a lot of big things coming up, and I just wanted to take a chance with this entrepreneur thing because it's always been appealing to me, and I wanted to take a shot, so I did.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
A little bit about you. Like, what are you involved in at school?
So I do take a lot of business classes. I'm in a few clubs. I play soccer. I was a varsity athlete. And then, I just like to be active in the community. And my parents are also too, especially my mom. She's in PTO, and it's just a good community, pretty positive in the city of Troy, and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Okay, so just curious, what made you start thinking about entrepreneurship at such a young age?
So, freshman, sophomore year, something that always was appealing to me was being financially free at a decently early age. I mean, obviously it's not going to come easy, but, I never wanted money to be an issue for me or my family, and I wanted them to have, kind of whatever they wanted. And, it's a dream right now, but, I want to make it true, and I feel like this is the best way, always I've always bet on myself, and this is the best way I feel like I can do that. And my entrepreneur journey, I guess this is the start of it, but, I want more to come, and I know it's not going to be easy, but I'm willing to put the work in, and I plan on doing it. And yeah.
Did you have any role models or mentors that you looked out to?
No, for sure my parents, my mom and dad, honestly, everyone says their parents, but really my mom is the best. Also my dad, but my mom is really the best. She's so sweet, and I really look up to her, and she's really the best. But for an entrepreneur role model, this guy on TikTok, I watch a lot of videos. His name is Higher Up Wellness. He has this motto is, it's not simple, but it is easy. It's not easy, but it is simple. So it's not easy to go to the gym every day, stay fit. It's not easy to stay positive and keep positive emotions and have a positive mindset. And it's not easy to keep track of your diet or do what you want, but it is simple. And if you do put in the hard work, you will get the results, and it will come. And it's simple. It's not easy, but it is simple.
Right. So let's talk about your business that's, you have going on, what projects you have, and what the experience has been like.
So right now, I home make and sell homemade macaroons. I make them with my mom. Again, she's the best. But so far, it's been great. Really, we've only really sold them at Charity Week, which we can talk about it later. But during Charity Week, we sold about $600 to $700 worth of macaroons during 1 week.
Wow.
And it was kind of just like a test for the potential startup. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to be a millionaire off macaroons, but
right.
It was like a test, and the test was very successful, and it was great. It was a lot of fun during Charity Week too, because I made the macaroons, and just seeing them flying off the shelves myself is just
right.
It's kind of surreal, and it was really cool. It was a really cool experience.
I remember you guys wheeling it in during pancake breakfast, just selling macaroons, and they were literally, everyone was buying them. They were gone so quick, so it was pretty cool. And then I didn't know exactly where the macaroons came from, but I heard talk around that you and your mom made them together, and I was like, I didn't even know you guys had a business, so it was cool hearing that.
And it was also a lot of fun because it's also kind of a marketing thing. You go in the classroom, they're oh, they're just selling macaroons, and then I oh, I actually home make and sell them with my mom. And then people are like, oh, it's like people want to buy that stuff more, homemade, family
Exactly.
business, that type of thing. So and it also gave me a harsh reality on sales. People will literally just listen to you and not care at all.
Right.
Just like not even acknowledge you basically. But, people also will. So it's a good with the bad. But it was overall a good experience.
So given your history with like selling in Charity Week, are you thinking about like opening up a bakery? Like what are your next steps and how has Athens like helped you with that?
Yeah, for sure. I've talked about it with my mom, and like there's a lot of financials that goes into it, obviously. But I think it would be something that I kind of take a pause on and revisit after college, because I'm going to college for business and I would probably be even more educated than I am now about everything. But Athens has helped me. I've taken pretty much all the business classes we offer except I think accounting. So Holder and Versalino always give good advice, and Holder actually gave me really good advice during Charity Week, and I didn't take it, but I should have.
Can we hear the advice?
So he said during Charity Week I was selling the macaroons for Shaker, and then it was for charity anyway, but I was selling for Shaker, and Holder said the first thing that I should have done was cut out Shaker and just start selling them for myself. Which,
That is really funny.
That's crazy.
Which at first I was like, but like once I realized how much they were gonna sell, they did sell, like I really could have made $600 or $700 during Charity Week selling macaroons, but it all did go to charity, which is a good thing, and it was good advice. And looking back, if I did cut out Shaker, then I could have done that, but it was for charity anyway. Even if I did cut out Shaker, it still would have been for charity.
Right.
And it was just fun.
You probably could have been a possible Mr. Athens candidate, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
how much did they raise? Like 1,000 something?
100,000, yeah.
Wait, no, like each Mr. Athens.
Shaker had 4.5, and then Jonathan Lee, the winner, was 7,000.
Oh,
Just
okay.
crazy, yeah.
Okay, so what skills do you think are most important for a young entrepreneur?
I think having a positive growth mindset is probably the most important thing, because you got to realize that none of this stuff is going to come easy, and there's going to be setbacks, and like you just got to be willing to my dad was always my coach for baseball, and he always had this thing that he used to say. It was like, next play, don't worry about it. You might have made an error, or like you might have made a mistake, but you got to move on to the next play. And I think you can apply the same thing to like a business. Like your marketing campaign might not work, but you got to keep going and launch a new marketing campaign, and that will work. And then also learning from your mistakes. I stopped looking at situations as like, dang, I could have had that, or like I should have had that. I started looking at it as like a mistake I can learn from. Like, what did I take from this scenario that I can apply and never do it again, to where it's something I can learn from and only improve on. So even if you can take a negative situation and take a positive from it, then I think you can really grow, not only as a person, but also as an entrepreneur or anyone.
I think that's really interesting that you said that, because I feel like a lot of our guests have said like pretty much the same thing when it comes to like mistakes. Like you learn from them, like the mistakes that you make. And I feel like for
Definitely.
a young person, like they should learn that, because I know when I was younger, like when I made a mistake, I kind of beat myself up for it. But like
for sure.
learning that growth comes from that is like really awesome, and I'm happy that like you're able to tell people to do that as well.
Right.
And what advice do you give to young people for starting a business or like developing their own business?
Honestly, you just got to take the risk, So the guy, the higher up wellness guy, he made a video, and he was like, a lot of people don't take advantage of like the 3-4 months period during high school when you're already committed to your college and you know what you're going to do, but you just really have nothing to do. So really my advice is to do it. I'm in that period, and I was just bored. I had no sport. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just trying to go to the gym, stay consistent. But my mom made these macaroons, and I'm like, I tried it. This is really good
This is
macaroon, and and honestly, just do it. And if you don't do it, then you're gonna wish you did do it, and then you're never gonna do it because you're gonna be in college. So honestly, and if it doesn't work out, then you're going to college anyway. And then if it does work out, maybe you don't even have to go to college. There's there's a ton of hypotheticals with it, and you just gotta learn from. And if it doesn't work out, you can learn from your mistakes. And then if it does, then you can continue to grow or stuff like that.
Oh. You want to go?
Yeah. Can you talk about some mistakes that you made during Charity Week with your business and how you grew from that?
Really, honestly, kind of the problem with Charity Week was it's not really my ideal target market for the macaroons. And I talked to Holder about this because the first thing he asked was, what's your target market? And at first I said,
can you define like what that means for people that don't know what a target market is?
People that are most likely to consume my product. So people that are most likely to buy macaroons. So Holder was, originally I said woman for sure. And then I said like teens to 30s. And Holder's like, you want to sell these in like big batches, right? He said, what teen do you know is going to throw a party and have macaroons as like a baked good or like something that to eat at the party? I was like, yeah, it would be more like 30 to 50, like young adults, like parent or not young adults, like adults, parents, moms that are like throwing a grad party, throwing a wedding. Then they would buy a batch of macaroons in bulk, and that would be my ideal target market. So the problem with Charity Week was my target market, these kids, they like the macaroons. It's kind of like eye candy, I guess, for them. And that's more of it was. That's how it was. But my ideal target market would be an older audience where I could sell in bulk and actually make more of a profit. Because when I'm selling one macaroon by the pop, there's not a lot of profit margin. But if I'm selling a batch, then I could actually make decent money on like a batch of macaroons for a party or a grad party or an event, gathering, anything like that.
Right.
I feel like a lot of high schoolers feel like a sense of like embarrassment or like shame starting a new business. So like how did your friends support you like in starting your own business?
My friends were always supportive of it because like I got a tight group of guys that, really support me and I would support them and it's mutual. But when I first started the Instagram page, like no one really knew it was me until I came in the first week of Charity Week and I'm selling macaroons. They're like, "Oh my gosh, are you Macaroon Magic?" I'm like, yeah, but like you can't really think like that, you just kind of like got to do your own thing and not like block out the haters, I guess. But people are going to hate on you and people are going to discourage you, but you got to push through it and you got to trust your product. You got to trust your skills and see what you can do to positively and give yourself a positive outlook on on your own situation.
I want to go back to what you're saying about the target audience. And I agree, like older, people are going to buy your products. But I think starting at Charity Week and passing these out to high schoolers, especially seniors in our grade, who are going to have graduation parties, is like a really great way to start out your business and get the like name out, because people might want to buy macaroons for their parties.
Right.
Yeah, for
coming
sure.
up this summer.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was asking a lot of girls and they said they would.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how I was like wondering about it.
Yeah. No, a lot of people actually said they would want to have them at their grad parties because like they've had them. They're good macaroons. They're good sweet. They're good baked good.
Right.
But the thing about that also is those high school students aren't buying the macaroons. It's their parents that are buying them for them. So I can market it to the students, but ultimately the parents are making the purchase and the parents are putting the money down. So again, that would be my target audience. And it's just one of the ways I can just reach out and grow and expand my business.
Yeah, and that actually truly does work because I remember when I was like in middle school, someone at a party had like macaroons for sale, and I was like, "This is so good." So then I ended up getting the contact of the lady that made them, and like for every birthday party after, until she went to college, like she made my macaroons at
Wait,
parties.
that's so cool.
And then I would be like, "Hey, like I know you're in college, but do you think I can like pick them up?" So like just because you're in college, like I know it'll probably be hard, but you should still continue like making them, and it'll be like a good side gig, like to get money.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And my mom's passionate about them, and she likes doing it. So, it's just nice to work with her. You know, it's my mom. Like, who doesn't want to work with their mom? So,
Right.
you know, we have talked about starting a bakery potentially, but it wouldn't be for a while, and we're kind of willing to put it on pause. But you know, if we do branch out, I mean, she said she would be willing to help and do a lot, and I can just appreciate that and trust her for that. So it's nice.
Do you think the school district has been able to motivate young entrepreneurs to do what they want and fulfill their passions?
Yeah, for sure. Right now I'm working with the school to start selling them in school. So, they're helping me obviously. And, I think people are a lot more supportive than like you would think. Like you go to the school with this idea, they're going to want to support it. No one wants to see you fail. No, everyone wants to see you succeed. Like people want to see other people do well. And, I think that's just part of the Troy community that's been so positive and giving back. And I brought him to speaking back at charity, I brought him to the parent cook-off for the bake sale, and everyone's really supportive. And it's just nice to have such a supportive community and administrators and teachers that, you know, can give constructive criticism, but also help me, like, with ideas and stuff like that.
Right. That's amazing that TSD has these opportunities for these students.
And then what keeps you motivated through tough times, and how do you like maintain a positive mindset?
I think religion has helped me a lot. I wasn't always the most religious person, and I still am not, honestly. But recently I have been, you know, praying more. And, you know, I was in this 3-4 month period where I had nothing to do. So I was just praying. I was like, give me an idea, give me something I can work with, and I'll put in the hard work. And you know, my mom made these macaroons, and I'm like, who would I be to not try and capitalize on this? You know, this is exactly what I was praying for. This is exactly what I was asking for. So also, you know, realizing that God will have a plan for you, and, you know, it kind of just takes the pressure off me. You know, I would always put it all on myself, and just having like someone to like rely on and just know that he's there and he will help me. It's just nice, and it's reassuring, and it's way less stressful for me, honestly. And I think it's helped me a lot just with my mental clarity and like just asking questions. And he doesn't give me the answers right away, but, you know, he reveals them in his own way. And I've realized that, and, you know, I've just tried to learn from all my situations, all my experiences, and see what he's trying to tell me.
That's great. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
So yeah, do you have any lasting words of advice or wisdom to share with our listeners?
You know, honestly, just take that chance, you know. People are going to think whatever they want to think, and you just got to do your own thing, and you just got to be yourself, keep positive relationships. Oh, I remember what I was going to say earlier that I forgot. But, you know, I feel like life is a lot of, like, how you look at things. Like, always try and look with the glass half full. And if you look for a positive outcome, you'll find a positive outcome, even if it is a slightly negative situation. Life is what you make it. So if you're happy, you're spreading positivity, what goes around comes around. And, you know, I'm not nice to people just because, like, I'm going to get nice stuff in return, but because I really enjoy it, and, like, I like seeing other people succeed, and it's just my kind of way of life and how I've been thinking about things recently. So I just try to stay positive in most of my situations.
Yeah, that's amazing. That kind of connects our last episode with positivity with Addison and Diana.
I just said that earlier.
But yeah, positivity is so important. I remember something Addison said. There's literally always a positive in any situation, whether
For sure.
it's something really negative, you can find something to be grateful out of it. So I really like what you said about that.
Yeah. And it's nice that you can like practice it in your business and like in social interactions too.
Yeah, everything kind of connects. You know, it's kind of like the same basis of things, and it all connects together. Like in sports, you gotta be willing to move on from the next play, like my dad says. And then in business, you gotta be willing to move on to the next business opportunity or the next, marketing campaign or the next, product or challenge or anything like that. And it just comes with life. And even in life, you got the more you put into anything, the more you're going to get out. The more you study for a test, the better grade you're going to get. The more you put into your business, the better outcome you're going to get. And it's just really what you put in is what you get out, I think. And, it's just how I've kind of been trying to live my life, honestly.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Do you think you're still going to continue this macaroon business over the summer before college? And if you are, you should plug it to our audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So right now, it's a business, but we really just have an Instagram account. So it's macaroon, MACARON.magic with an underscore because the username was taken. And I actually brought in some macaroons. So these are actually
Yes.
unreleased technically. So we have a blueberry and a pumpkin. And
Do you want to show the camera? I don't know.
yeah.
Right
This
here.
one.
Yeah, I'll just get about. So this is the blueberry. It looks.
Guys, it's so cute.
Very good.
That is really cute.
And then the pumpkin. And then these are actually for the podcast hosts because they were very nice and welcoming to their podcast. So if you guys want to try them.
Okay.
Thanks, Charlie. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah,
We
for
do.
sure.
I'll let Gabby try.
I love pumpkin, so I'm gonna go with this one. It's actually really good. It tastes like autumn, like Yates.
Okay.
Okay, so that one's really good.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
try
the biggest
blueberry.
fan of blueberry, but
Really?
I'll try it anyways. It's good. Yeah, I don't really like blueberry, but this is good for like a blueberry macaron.
Yeah, then
Okay.
people ask what they taste like. Like I can't really explain it. Like the pumpkin will taste like pumpkin and the blueberry it tastes like what they're advertised for, and it's just like a baked good, and they are good.
Yeah.
And I am trying to work through the summer for grad parties. Bulk orders are ideal for margins, but anything could happen. So,
You guys know where to find him, so hit him up, support his business.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
we're excited to see how much you grow in these next few years.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing and visiting Macaroon Magic, the business made through TSD and
Yes.
supported through Charity Week. Like, yeah.
So excited. So, yeah.
Yeah, then once after college, Macaroon Magic is massive, and then we'll have to come back on the podcast and make another segment.
We'd be so down.
Yeah.
So down. So, yeah, thank you, Charlie, once again for being on our podcast. And we were so excited to share your experiences as a young entrepreneur. And it's very,
Inspiring.
Inspiring and also unique. Like, I haven't heard of any young entrepreneurs near me who started a business and who did something with it. So it's very inspiring, and we hope that this resonates with someone out there who does want to start their own business and encourages you to, do something you're scared of.
Yeah, and try new things.
Yeah, so you guys know where to find us at life.unfilteredpod on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify.
Yeah, and like Charlie and Addison and Diana and Cam, they all DM the Instagram and left a note on the Google form. So do that too if you'd like to be a guest. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much, Charlie, once again for
Yeah.
being on. And thank you to our audience for tuning in on this week's episode.
We're your co-hosts,
Vanessa Liu.
and Gabrielle Robinson.
And always remember to embrace the mess and live life unfiltered.
Bye, guys.